Good morning to you. Well, this morning, it's December 10th. It's a Friday, going on 8 a.m. on the East Coast of the United States. And this morning, I'm going to open up the Nespresso Original Line Advent Calendar. And here's date 10 down here. And oh my gosh, there's nothing in it because I already drank it a few days ago because it's Ispirazione Firenze Arpeggio Decaffeinato. And I wanted a decaf the other day and I knew that was in there. So I drank it. However, I do have a whole sleeve of the original Firenze Arpeggio Full Power. Lovely purple capsule. Of course, if it was decaf, it would have red here and a red stripe also. This is the regular stuff. And actually, I found that they pretty much taste the same. I don't really detect much difference at all. So I'm going to go ahead and brew this, but I'm going to do it a little differently this morning. So as I said, this has an intensity of 9. And the regular, of course, not the decaf, I'm using the regular, has about 63 milligrams of caffeine. It is a Costa Rican coffee. It's an Arabica coffee. And I'll read you what it says. Of course, this is not the decaf. This is the regular. But probably says the same thing on the decaf. It says, okay, this exquisite blend is a true reflection of Florence's cultural significance. Oh yes, Firenze is Florence in Italian. Florence, Italy, you know. An intellectual hub in the heart of Italy, drawing influences from all the country. Ispirazione Firenze Arpeggio's roasting style brings these influences together by combining fruity notes traditionally found in the north of Italy with cocoa notes from the south, culminating in a velvety, dense, and creamy cup. So I was looking up some recipes for this, and I found a number of recipes for iced coffee or cold macchiato. So basically what it said to do is it said to cold froth your milk. So I actually was able to find my little instruction book for my, let's see, what kind of milk frother is this? Okay, I can't remember the name. Do I have to look on the bottom? Of course I have to look on the bottom. All right, this is a Chef's Star Model MF2 milk frother that I got a few years ago on Amazon. It was $20 at the time, but it works great. So it said push the button 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and sure enough, the blue light lights up. See this? Because this makes, where is it? There we go, blue light. This makes hot froth, hot milk, cold froth, and what's the other thing it makes? Let me see here. I'll look in the book. Hot froth with a dense foam. Oh, hot froth with an airy foam. Hot milk and cold frothed milk. Oh, how about that? How do you, I wonder, dense foam is pressed once. Airy foam is pressed twice. Oh, interesting. Okay, just warming it is pressed 3 times. Okay, so this is called a latte macchiato. And I'll know that this milk is done frothing. Or the machine will be done oh, okay, it's blinking. So it's thickened up the milk. I wouldn't well, it's sort of frothy. All right, so what it said to do is to pour the froth in the glass. Oh, did a pretty good job. It's not frothy, but it's thick. It's increased the volume of it. Of course, if I had higher fat content than I do, it would be a lot frothier. This is oat milk, and you know what? I'll tell you what the fat content is. This is that 45 calorie per cup oat milk, and oh, it's only got 0.5 grams of fat. Oh my gosh, I'm glad, lucky that it frothed up at all. Okay, so here is my Firenze Arpeggio. Now, technically, you're supposed to pour the espresso around the edge of the glass. And usually you serve this in a taller glass, but this will work. I'm going to mix it up anyway, right? So let me get a spoon so I can mix it up. A napkin here. And, I usually prefer, let me open this up. I prefer to have a hot cup of coffee, but I wanted to try this since it was recommended so many times. Of course, with the internet, who knows? I mean, somebody might have recommended it, and then all the other people who were looking for recipes saw it and they copied it. And really, it's not that so many people like it, but it's that so many people were looking for a recipe to put on the internet, and they just kind of all copied each other. That happens. Things become popular in ways like that, and then we think, oh, so many people think this or believe this or do this. Not necessarily so. Anyhow. Do I mind that this is so cold? I have a hyper chiller. I always, see, I keep a hyper chiller in my freezer, and I guess I could have used that. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and plunk 2 ice cubes in this to really kind of, chill it a whole lot more. It's a bad allergy time here where I live. A lot of people have all sorts of sinus stuff going on, and coughs and sneezing and everything. Well, when you live in a warmer part of the country, that sort of happens. Up north, things are getting real cold, and, the plants and pollen are dying down for the winter. But not down here. It's going to be, it says up to 77 degrees later today. Okay. This is a really lovely drink. I've got to say, adding the ice to it makes it taste more like an iced coffee rather than a cup of coffee that went cold because you didn't drink it fast enough. You left it sitting on the counter or something. Now, the coffee frother does not make things colder. It works at whatever temperature you put in. It will heat things up, but it doesn't cool things down. So, if I wanted it to be a lot colder, then I would have needed to, well, I put in milk from the refrigerator, but I did let it sit a little while before I actually frothed it. So it probably warmed up a few degrees. But nonetheless, I don't drink juice in the morning. So in a way, this is like having a glass of cold juice.